The purpose of this lecture is to show you how to use dictionaries and other resources when you are supposed to write a text in English. When you get just another assignment and you might think that you don't have any idea what to write about or how to do it or how to improve your text, there are many things you can do and many good sources of information. And remember that if you're allowed to use aids, you should use them. If you're writing an assignment at home and you're allowed to use the internet, there are very many sources that can help you along both with the ideas and with the grammar in your writing. I will now go through many of them and show you how to use them correctly and what you can get out of them. So first, when you are planning your assignment, you might want to look into Wikipedia. And if you were told sometime that you should not use Wikipedia in your writing, it is actually a great source of information when you use it correctly. You can use it for referencing and you can also use it for translations, and I will now try to show you how. We go to Wikipedia and let's say I found a text on Parliament in the United Kingdom. And if I want to quote information from this text, you can always click on this little reference number and you get to the reference page of the Wikipedia article and you can see where this information comes from. You can click on the link and see if this source is reliable or not. And furthermore, you can use Wikipedia for translations. If you are not sure what, let's say, House of Commons is called in Norwegian, we can Google House of Commons Wikipedia, and we will come to both the English page, House of Commons of the United Kingdom, and the Norwegian one on top actually, but you can also swap the language here. You will find Norsk Bokmål or Nynorsk and find out that it's called Underhuset. And in this way you can check your terms in many different aspects of life and writing. Another source you can use is NDLA. Here you can get ideas, you can find examples, you can find exercises, and this is meant both for students and teachers, so you might actually have already been doing exercises from this webpage. Here there are all the subjects available. I will just click myself into English, and here you have many resources on both grammar and culture and literature, how to analyze a short story, how to analyze a film, and you can both read about these topics and do some exercises. But this is more for the planning part of your assignment. You can of course use Google, and Google is very good for common expressions and names if you are not completely sure how to spell something or what it is called. For example, I don't know how many S's are in the word Mississippi, so I just start typing it, and sooner or later I will come to the correct spelling. So this can be very useful when you just want to find something very quickly. When you are already writing your assignment, there are other things you need to keep in mind. You are usually allowed to use a dictionary, and you can use a dictionary offline, or you can use several monolingual or multilingual dictionaries online if you have access to internet when you are writing. No matter the dictionary, you need to get to know it first. So this is a picture from an offline dictionary of Norwegian and English, and you see that there are very many things to a dictionary in addition to the actual word. You have the word class, you have the pronunciation, you can have different versions of the word depending on the context and so on. And it's always a good idea to get to know your dictionary. You can, for example, find also common expressions with that word in a good dictionary. What I prefer to use online is dictionary.com. This is a dictionary which is monolingual, only English, and it gives you not only the definitions of the word but also some example sentences. And again, you have pronunciation, both written as you hear it and with the IPA transcription. You can also listen to the word and you can find examples of various usages. If you prefer a multilingual dictionary, which will give you a translation, you can try Tritrans, and this gives you translation between 3 languages, English, Spanish and Norwegian. The advantage of this dictionary is that when you actually find the word, you can double check whether it's what you really meant in a monolingual dictionary. Clicking here would get us to the Oxford Dictionaries, and clicking here would get us to Bokmålsordboka. So you can check whether the meaning you were trying to capture with this word is actually correct. You can also consult some grammar pages, and these you can find either in your book or online, or you can also visit some specialized fora. In your book, Targets, there is a reference section. It's chapter 7, and here you can find useful tips for writing tests and exams. You can find guidelines how to write, for example, short story reviews, and you can also find grammar pages where many of the common grammar issues are explained in a short and fairly understandable manner. If you prefer to work online, you can look at one of the various online grammar fora. Here I have linked what's called British Council, and they have a quick grammar guide. There is an alphabetic overview of many common topics. In addition to that, you can actually take part in grammar fora where you can ask people for advice. This is englishforums.com, and here you can either browse questions already asked or ask your own questions. You can also get to forums like this just by Googling. Let's say I want to know whether I should say look forward to see or seeing you. So I just type that in Google, and one of the first links will be to a grammar forum where someone asked this question and there are native speakers answering. So this is a very good way to polish up your writing if you are not sure. You can also use Google Fight, which is in a way a funny way to find out what is more common in writing. Google Fight searches all pages listed in Google, and you can, for example, test correct prepositions or idiomatic collocations by using Google Fight. So let's see if it's more common to say look in or look into. I'll just put it in and say fight, and the result is that look into is much more common than look in. And you must remember that this is not a dictionary. This software only compares what is more common in the pages listed by Google. So it can give you a hint of what's more common in English, but you should not take it as a guaranteed correct answer. And last but not least, you should always have a spell check on, just in case. If you are allowed to use it, use it. And if there are any squiggly lines under whatever you have written, check it out. Just click with the right click on your mouse, and you will get suggestions to what to do with the thing that's squiggly lined.